How goes it, window lickers? Are you a grun friend? Do you cause a little chaos? Well, this is the spot to be if any of those things pique your interest. Not Twin Peaks, because that's a spooky legend that you don't want to dive down.
Very spooky.
Mysterious. But we're here on a Monday Night Raw preview review show, and I'm here with my friends as always. We have the Chaos Goblin himself, Kevin Kalloway, and Grunmiester. He's our blue-eyed villain. How goes it, guys? We are IYH. Thank you for joining us.
It goes good. I do have some. I'm going to be signing up for another matchmaking AI date.
Oh, here we go.
Whoa, Grun.
Oh, here we go. Update.
You did not tell us this at the beginning.
That's perfect. No, I wanted the surprise.
Why?
Well,
Why would you tell us? There we go.
I need sound effects.
You should always have that finger on the button because there's no telling when I'm
You're
going
right.
to do that shit.
You are correct. You are correct. Grun, tell us about it. What's going on? What are we doing?
All right, so it's going to be next Thursday. It's going to be a lot similar, probably at the same venue I went to the first AI match dating thing. Basically, show up. You are given a questionnaire. You scan it on your phone, answer it, and about an hour and a half, 2 hours later, it spits out your potential match if they're there. Hopefully. At the one I went for the night before Halloween, someone mentioned, a guy I was talking to, he mentioned that the last one he went to, there were like very few women there. So hopefully this time it's different. There are more women there.
Maybe you got a progressive AI and you're going to meet the dream boy of your dreams, Grunmeister.
I hope not.
You could meet a new best friend too. You never know,
true.
man.
That is true. Yes.
Yeah. Well, I hope they speed it up. I mean, you would think if you... Okay, first off, if I was doing this, I would stick around for the whole thing because that's what you do. But normal people tend to like their time. So if it's taken that long, you have a greater chance that they're going to dip.
Maybe the idea is that people will hang around and talk, and even if you don't really click with your match, you will find some people that maybe you'll enjoy interacting with. That's
it's not like a middle school dance where everybody's still separated until the result.
They
all the women on one side, all the men on the other. Nobody asks anyone to dance because they're too afraid until that one man, the boy who has now turned man, crosses the line like a demented game of Red Rover and asks that woman out.
Grun, you are that man of that room. That's awesome.
Oh yeah.
So you said you think it's at the same spot?
It's a little bit confusing because in the text it's saying one spot that I know is the one we went to in August, but it's also outside and it's going to be next week in November.
Oh.
And then at the top of the page, it seems like it's saying another spot in Philadelphia.
Oh man.
And so right now I'm going to hope that it's in the text. I'm gonna keep on looking at it, make sure I know where it is, or worst comes to worst, I'll send them a question like, "Hey, is this the right information? Where am I supposed to go?
Am I where I'm supposed to be?"
Mm-hmm.
Well,
are you sure you signed up to the right thing? Because
yeah, you might be getting abducted.
Well, so it was through the company's official app and website. So I'm like, okay, feel good about this, that it's really them, and maybe somebody made a mistake.
I think you'll be safe and secure, Grun. You'll maybe meet a Mrs. Grun and talk, have a fun time. I mean, all you can do is step up to the plate.
Exactly. That's all I can do.
This sounds exciting, Grun. Keep us in. You said this is next Thursday?
Thursday night.
Next Thursday night. Awesome. So while we are doing the ECW watch along, me and House, Grun will be getting ready to possibly talk to some new friends for Grun some lady friends.
Ladies or otherwise.
Or otherwise,
Or
yeah, because sounds like one of the guys was saying they keep setting us on these sausage factory parties, man. It's just getting weird.
I mean, the first one I went to seems like there was a pretty good ratio of men to women.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
good.
just glad I'm married, so I'm
Oh
good.
my god.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
real glad
I
I'm
am
engaged.
good.
I'm good.
And I
Real
was
glad I
getting-
found the woman of my dreams. I'm good.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
The
it sure
dating
does
scene
help.
was not fun.
No,
So I more power to you, Grun. Hope you get out there and hope it's quick.
yeah,
yeah.
It gets more and more demoralizing the
Oh.
more you stay in it, unfortunately.
It does. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
but you never lose hope. Hopefully,
Nope.
you never want to lose hope. So
No.
as much as I put it down, I'm proud of you for getting out there and
Thank you.
going for it.
Oh yeah.
Half
And-
end the segment that way.
Yeah.
And you know what, Grun? If it doesn't work out, guess what you have home to go to?
I got you guys.
That and Vitriol games.
Yeah,
Yeah. So there we go. See, I was trying to
you know what we call
segue
Call of Duty a vitriol game.
Vitriol game. Yes.
Because
yes.
if you get on any of those chat boxes, it's just
Ooh.
racial slurs all over.
Oh
the
my
place.
gosh. I have never been called so many things outside of my name in my life.
Correct.
Yeah.
Oh,
And sometimes I sit there and just laugh because it's like, that was creative. Way to go, little Jimmy, 9 years old out of
Yeah, these
Wisconsin,
12-year-olds
I
are getting
see.
real inventive with some of these
Oh.
insults.
They're insane out there, man. And they kind of hit in the chest a little bit.
Yeah.
Sometimes, sometimes they get to me. But anyways, video games. What's in the pocket for you guys? What are you guys looking at? Is there any new ones out there? And House, we're glad you joined us. That's our boss. That's our head honcho, House. Go check out everything he does. We do have another animation watch along dropping this Wednesday, and we'll be watching some Aqua Teen Hunger Force. So
Oh
stop
god, I
in.
love Aqua Teen Hunger.
Yes, stop in on Wednesday to check out what we have going for this show. So Grun, Kevin, video games, where are we at? What are you guys playing? What are you looking forward to? Let's hit them with it.
Well, I've been playing Arc Raider, but there is some news on a game that was announced a while ago. I believe this is an indie developer. The game is called The Blood of Dawnwalker. It is a new vampire RPG. Darker than ever is how they word it. I'm like, okay. Play as
Darker
So
than
turn
ever.
up the brightness settings. Go on.
You play as a character named Cohen, half human, half vampire, fighting against time to save his family before 30 days and nights run out. Explore a dark medieval world, uncover ancient secrets, master deadly sword combat, and unleash your vampiric powers. Every choice you make decides whether you'll stay human or become the monster you fear.
Oh my god, that is a lot of stuff going on in there. So what? How are we feeling
get
about
behind
this?
So if it now I know what it says. You have 30 days and nights. Now, I'm hoping that means actual in-game time,
Right.
because if it's just like we're saying 30 days, but really the story is going to take you all the way to the day 30.
Okay.
That would
Yeah,
be
I would hope for
uninspired.
more of like a Dead Rising, the
Mhm.
first one scenario, where they had that timer in it, and they're like, "Hey, there's more to this game, but you can't possibly get to everything on your first try."
Mhm.
One of those type scenarios.
Yeah.
And that was a clever way for them to get us to replay games.
It
in
also
the
gave
day.
you a fear. Like
Yeah.
it put a fear in your heart because, oh God, I have to do things quick. Oh God, I have to do things quick. I'm
Yeah.
about to die.
Yeah. I always like that with the old school Resident Evil games when they first came
Yeah.
out. That same fear I got. You had to do stuff, precisely, or you weren't going to survive the first couple
Yeah,
chapters.
Resident Evil 1 was real bad about that.
Oh my god, that one would.
You happen to click a wrong button or go the wrong direction, there's a wall closing in on you.
Yep. Yeah, that made me want to give up video games so many times.
Sure.
I mean,
get
wasn't
that.
it also possible in Resident Evil 1 that you could actually lock yourself out of progressing and have to start the game over?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
God.
On the remake versions, they got rid of that.
Okay.
But for the original versions, because you had a limited number of saves, you could lock yourself out of progression because if you went too far and used a save and you didn't have the shit you needed, they didn't really have a system where they gave it back to you. So I think starting in like Resident Evil 4, if you have less bullets and more health items, the game automatically gives you more bullets and less health items. They don't just keep stacking you with health items.
Okay.
They didn't have that prior to Resident Evil 4.
Nah,
Damn.
It was whatever you had, you better use it.
yeah. Video games were real back then, Grun.
Oof.
Not what you
Yeah,
guys
they were.
grew up on. All this fancy stuff. Oh, here's a cheat code. I mean, we had cheat codes, but not for the good games.
No.
You had to get a game genie.
No. Yeah, no. Probably the hardest game I grew up with was Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories. I
Ooh.
got past 3 of the duels, and that was back when it was simple Yu-Gi-Oh.
The only answer is Lion King SNES. If you got past the second level as a kid, you're a god.
Top Gun for me.
Oh,
That one.
yeah, we
really-
talked this before.
Yeah, with
Top
that
Gun.
one,
Yeah,
dude, that one still gives me a little. I still get a little nervous when it
Gives you
comes
the
to
twitchies.
flight simulator games. I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. I don't need to play that.
it's for me. It's got to be either Lion King or I played Contras when I was really young.
Oh, I loved Contra.
Oh, but they're so hard.
They are. Double Dragon. Do you ever sit
Yeah.
down? Oh,
Oh yeah,
man.
I
Grun-
played all the Double Dragons and oh god, Metal Slugs. Those
Yes.
were wild difficult too.
I loved a good old Battletoads night,
Yep.
playing some Battletoads.
Oh,
Things
yeah.
like that. Games like that I really did enjoy because when you had a group of friends to be able to play it with you, you were able to, just crack jokes, have fun, do what we do now, but
Right.
without the video games.
Mhm.
I kind of enjoy that. So Grun, where you're getting this game, where are we at with it?
You know what? I'm personally gonna wait until I see a trailer because I want to
Okay.
know, because it doesn't really say if it says RPG, but it could also be top down. It could be third person. It could be first person. I want to know. I want to have a better idea of what I'm looking at before I buy it.
That makes sense. Hey, I got a question for you, Grun, because you mentioned the game before talking about this one.
Yeah.
Arc Raiders, how is it?
So far, I think it's good. I think it's definitely. I think of all the looter shooters that are coming out, in comparison to Escape from Tarkov and DMZ, it's the original DMZ.
Mhm.
There isn't as many players yet that are just going out to kill you and loot your shit.
Sure.
So which is good.
Because the reason I asked that is there's already internal discussion online that I'm seeing, and this will
Mhm.
probably be more of a discussion later than it is to get into all the way now, but worth
Right.
bringing up. There's a bunch of people already saying it's game of the year, and it felt really early in its life cycle to call it game of the year.
I think people are excited that there's a new game that is
Sure.
relatively good.
Sure.
And
And I'm not dissing them for that. I'm more what I think is like when you're looking back on games of the year this year, it's a tough race. Because last year last year was a little weaker of a year.
yeah,
This year is a very strong year for games.
Elden Ring Night Rain, that came out earlier this year, didn't it?
It did.
Okay,
So did Silk Song. So did Claire Obscura. So did shit. There's so many others. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Donkey Kong Bonanza came out, and that was a surprise hit. There are so many games to compete with. It's tough for me to look at a game whose life cycle is less than a month with a player base that's just they're excited and they have every right to be excited. It's a new game. Let's give it a shot. Here we go. But to just jump straight to this is the game of the year, I'd like to see more staying power before that conversation is had by more people. I think that's
like
kind of
that.
where I'm at.
I like that.
Mhm.
That's a fair assessment because I mean, your lifespan of this year.
Well, even just multiplayer games come and go so quick
Oh
nowadays.
my god, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Marvel Rivals came out and then they lost, most of their player base. Not because
Yep.
it's a bad game, but because everyone sees a new shiny multiplayer game and then they're gone.
Mhm.
And they think it's the game of the year, and then a month later, it's a game for 50% of the audience that they had, and it's by no fault of them. It's the fault of this generation of entertainment. It's the, hey, I need something new right now.
Yeah. You know, while you were saying that, Kevin,
Mhm.
I was starting to think of like uh, multiplayer games that I miss playing. And the one that comes to mind for me personally was Far Cry 3 Team Deathmatch.
Sure.
Their online for Far Cry 3 was epic, and the maps and all the games.
Mhm.
I would play that thing if I had to work on a Saturday. I usually would get off at like 3 p.m.
Yeah.
And then normally the kids were going to their grandparents on a Saturday, to go and do their thing. So I would get on there around 5, 6, and I wouldn't leave it until like 3 o'clock in the morning,
Yep.
just replaying, because it was so much fun. And the customization to it, Far Cry 3 multiplayer team deathmatch, to me was like, it would, if they would have continued it, I think it could have rivaled Call of Duty one day,
Sure.
because it was so captivating to play.
It's
I don't know
a
if you played
grittier
it.
game. I didn't play a lot of the multiplayer, but I've played every Far Cry.
Yeah.
And to bring that into multiplayer mode is just going to make a grittier
Yeah.
and more online
Dude.
version of it. Because mine was Halo 2, Halo 3. And I remember growing up and playing that, just like you said with Far Cry. Same basic premise. But to me, and we don't have to stay on this topic for much longer, so we do have wrestling to get
Yes.
to. But
Mhm.
to me, when we're looking at games now versus games then, it isn't about a dip in quality like some people point to. I get what they're coming from, but the market is much more flooded now is the thing. So there's much more chance for you to say, ooh, new shiny, and then you don't attach yourself to a game. Whereas when we were growing up, there were less games coming out. There were less AAA games. They weren't rushed as quickly. They didn't have the next in line coming so quickly. So because of that, we latched on to games, gave them a long run for multiplayer. Then we would find the next game. Or for me, I went from Halo 2 to Halo 3. There was no reason to even leave the franchise.
Yeah. No, I completely understand that. I will say the multiplayer did slip off in Far Cry 4. I wasn't a fan of it. They
Far Cry
kind of
4 slipped in general.
It did. It's got its moments though. The story, I will say, is really good.
Mhm.
I love that story. But it's not my favorite out of the series.
Sure.
All right. So you guys ready for some wrestling talk?
Let's talk it
Oh,
some.
yeah,
I
let's
know.
do it.
I know, Grun. I seen your face. I know your face by now, Grun. I've seen so many different variations of it. So let's get into Monday Night Raw. And you know what, guys? I think I'm gonna take lead spot here, and I'm gonna do the first topic. I'm gonna kick this off for us. I want to specifically talk last Monday Night Raw and the matches that were getting the "This is awesome" chants. The matches that were getting the biggest pops. A majority of those matches that I'm speaking of were around the women's division. The Penta, he got one of the biggest chants for the night for his match. But again, I have to go back to the women's matches. They seem to get the biggest pop. So my question to the panel is, in the past couple weeks, we have been talking how there seems to have been a lull in storytelling, and maybe there's been some Monday Night Raw, some SmackDowns that as a fan you could have missed because there wasn't too much happening. But it seems like what we seen last week to what we're going into this week, Monday Night Raw has picked up on cylinders and they are firing. Where are your guys' mentality if I had to force you to pick, which division do you think is getting the big moment right now, and who's bringing the more eyes to the product.
This isn't so much a dig at the women's division as it is just the fact that it's John Cena, his retirement. Like,
Fair point.
because really, like, if John Cena were not retiring at the end of this year or literally next month, he, I don't think the men's division would be getting as much attention as it is. I think it's just a case of the women are doing their very best when they are kind of competing against John Cena's retirement tour.
It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like they're doing well. I haven't really seen any woman that seems like a bore to me lately. So
No.
So it's like if people are saying like, oh, the women's division isn't doing that well, it's like against the men's division, it's like, well, the men's division, you might as well say they're cheating because John Cena's the one pulling all the eyes.
I would argue I actually agree with Bell almost completely, and that runs into the other problem that we're seeing across the board. Whatever promotion you want to look at, wrestling's viewership is down.
Yeah.
And the only thing I think that is keeping people for WWE right now is the intrigue of John Cena. I don't hear people talk about anything else right now. It's just not on people's lips. The only thing that they want to talk about, it's not that they're excited about a story really from either company.
Yeah.
Either of the major companies. I don't see anything talking about that. The only thing I hear talk of is John Cena and who he's going to face last. Who is he going to face last? Who is he going to face last? What's his tournament going to look like? How are we going to get there? What are we going to do? Those are the intriguing things. Nobody is talking about Logan Paul versus CM Punk, even though that's probably going to be a good match. Nobody was talking about Cody versus Drew, even though that was a pretty good match. Like, there's so many things. When we say a lull in storytelling, that's really what it is, because I'll just compare the two companies' bookings as the way I see it from a slightly trained eye. Like, I'm not at a huge corporate level, so I can't possibly look at it from there. But from where I'm sitting, AEW books dream matches, and then they say, how can we get there, instead of letting a story develop and then get there. Like, they booked the match before the story. WWE books the moment before they book the story. So they have a concept in mind of, hey, we want to have this visual of this guy holding this title. How do we get there? Instead of letting the story come first of, hey, these two characters interact like this. That might be interesting. Let's go from there and see where it evolves. I think that's what we're seeing now. And I unfortunately think that's why we're losing some viewers as well, in the sense that what makes you want to tune in? What is drawing you to tune in? Because it feels like it's less and less, other than one thing, and that's Cena's retirement tour.
Yeah.
I am not saying that these men and women aren't working their asses off, because they are. The match quality, I think, is the highest it may have ever been. But unfortunately, match quality doesn't produce viewers like people think it should, because you need to draw them in with, why do we care? If I see like two bums fighting on the side of the road, this is one of these famous like Jim Cornette-isms. You see two bums fighting on the side of the road, you want to watch because it's a train wreck, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What if I knew something about one of those bums? What if I knew that they were coming up from nothing and they really were just scraping by, and they finally got that one break, and now this asshole bum came around and he's trying to take his money that he hard earned?
Yeah.
Well, now I want to see this guy who earned his money get his comeuppance. I want to see him beat this bully's ass.
Yeah.
You know what else I can do? Wonder if I could sell tickets to that. I wonder if other people would like to care about that story.
I'll buy it. You got me watching.
Yes.
Now you got a business.
Yeah.
We're not getting there with these. We need simple stories back. Something easy to gravitate to. because right now everyone, and this is by nature as well of fans who just want to connect every dot possible, like it's a connect the dots, so that they can get every order right and go, sweet, I made a star.
Yep.
That's not how pro wrestling works.
Yeah.
It just isn't. The callback from 5 years ago is probably not happening that you want it to, and now you're disappointing yourself.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. It matters in the matter of their journey, the one person's journey.
Mhm.
And it's cool to call it back, but it can't be the centerpiece of a story, because that means it's Marvel syndrome. And what I mean by that is, in order to follow the Marvel Cinematic Universe right now, you have to have watched the 25 movies prior. And if that's what you want to do, awesome. But you need a Marvel movie that's going to draw people right off rip. You need
Yeah.
new fans.
Exactly.
And we're not getting it. We're not getting the simple stories. You can
No.
have the layers of story after you have the simple story, but you have to have the simple story first, is what I'm getting at.
I love where you're at, Kevin, because I will say there is one story that they are rehashing that goes to that simple story structure, exactly how you have to do it. And there's only one man who can bring us to that, the greatest luchador of all time, Dirty
Dirty
Dom and Rey Mysterio are doing the simple storytelling, and it is
They are.
magnificent.
Mhm.
They
What
are.
we seen this past Monday with those two in the ring was fantastic storytelling.
Mhm.
I've seen this story so many times, not
We've
just
already
on
seen them do this story, and it still
Exactly.
works.
And
Yes.
it's still working. It's still working. When he got onto him about talking about Eddie, and then he referred to him as
His
Eddie as his
dad.
real dad.
Don't talk about my dad like that.
Like, that is fantastic
Yeah.
storytelling. I know you've told it to me. I know, but that shows exactly what you're talking about, Kevin.
Mhm.
The simple storytelling and how you get a fan. If
Yep.
I'm a fan that enjoys it, I'm not alone. There's going to be more that will do that. And the newer fans are going to feed off the excitement of seeing an older fan geek out for this, seeing those two in the ring talk
Yeah.
about who's the greatest luchador.
And you know what? You can boil that down to such an easy story, and I could say it to it in one sentence. Family dysfunction. Most people can relate to that, whether by actual experience of family dysfunction or by hearing about someone else's.
Very true.
You
Very
can latch
true.
onto it one way or another.
Yeah. I mean, it's why sitcoms work so well.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Grun, do you have any thoughts on this before we jump to, you know what, we're going to give it to you after your thoughts.
Thank you. So I just had one thought of, like, what do we need for simple storytelling? And yesterday on the house party, we kind of touched on how the business used to be cutthroat, and how TKO seems be, whether intentionally or unintentionally, might be pushing WWE back to a locker room where you need to be cutthroat. Specifically, this was concerns over Bailey being released because she's more interested in helping the younger women than. Now this rumors, because you know.
It went also with a story Stevie Richards told about his time in ROH, when he gave some advice on storytelling to the guy running it at the time. The judge was in the car with them. And at the end of the 3-day run, Judge looked at Stevie and was like, "You just wrote yourself. You buried yourself, man." And then he was explaining that guy, like, is real protective of it, and he didn't want to do what he was. And anyways, Stevie Richards was out of ROH at that time. Like, he didn't get called back.
So I guess, Kevin, I want to know, like, do you agree? Do you think this might be going in that direction, or maybe is there a way we can script the cutthroatness that used to be in WWE?
I don't think we can script it very well. I'll be honest. I don't, because I think it would come off as phony. I don't think we would actually believe it. Like, it's good in theory. It's one of those things where you think about and you go, oh, if we brought the cutthroat in front of the camera, maybe this would be interesting. But unless you're going to actually make it cutthroat in front of the camera, like a reality show, it's going to come off as really phony, because reality shows already come off as kind of phony.
True.
And then you're going to make it scripted reality show, which is going to make it even phonier.
Kevin, you just made a
So-
sandwich I do not want to eat.
I don't. It's a shit sandwich, and I don't want it. But in regards to the other part of that question, and yes, moral of the story: we do need more bums with backstories in wrestling. I
Sure.
agree.
I like
I
it.
think that'd be great. I do think they will unintentionally make it more cutthroat in the back in reality. And the reason I say that is I think it's already cutthroat in the sense that WWE and AEW, whether they want to acknowledge each other or not, or yell at each other or not, they're competing. And it's very apparent that they are competing.
Yeah.
There are more places to work because of it. So it feels less cutthroat because of that. However, what I think is going to happen now that viewership is going down is television deals will reflect that. And when you reflect less money coming in, what happens to your rosters? They
They get
shrink.
smaller. And then the
So
eyes are gone.
now the competition becomes who is worth keeping and who isn't. That's when it's going to get cutthroat. I don't think we've seen the cutthroat yet, quite frankly.
No.
We've seen a lot of releases already, but this feels ballpark.
Mhm.
This feels like they've done their rounds of releases like they do every year, and people say, oh, they've released more people than they did last time. And you know what? Maybe they released 3 to 4 more people. Maybe their roster was too bloated. They took on a lot of people at some point.
Yeah.
Whether that be AEW or WWE. AEW is usually pretty good about not publicizing when they release people. They just pay them quietly until they're just gone.
Yeah.
So they don't get as much bad press when people are gone from them, in the sense that it doesn't happen all at once. So it doesn't feel as bad when one person leaves 2 weeks between the next person and you don't hear about it publicly.
It seems like in some of those scenarios, AEW does a little better.
I agree. They don't get that bad press,
That
but
wise-
they also AEW also doesn't feel as corporate because of it.
Yeah. Yeah. We got Jones, our fellow brother here, chiming in. Grun, why don't you go ahead and take this one?
TV deals are already done, and because of that, we won't see improvement for another 2 years before they are up for re-up.
I
Yeah.
am curious what you mean by improvement. Do you mean improvement in the product, or do you mean differences in the TV deal itself?
Probably product. That kind of makes sense. That WWE. One thing I am keeping in mind is that this is a bad time of year for a lot of.
There's usually a dip this time of year.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like not just the holidays, but also you got the NFL. We just had the World Series. That's over, so you might see a viewership increase. Maybe this week, maybe next.
College basketball is about to pick up.
Yeah, it just picked up, just started.
Yep.
Yeah. So
College football. I think
this
it's
is
going on.
this is the time every year that happens. It just happens. They were just fortunate in years and years past that you had bigger names around.
Yep.
You didn't have injuries. You didn't have this. You didn't have that.
There's
So-
a laundry list of injuries going around right now.
Exactly. So at the we're with what I'm saying is I think we're at a normal sphere in the world of this wrestling for
Yeah.
this year. It's normal. This is what's going to happen. We're going to get releases. We're going to get
Yep.
other things, but they're also going to try new things. Lash Legend, for example. Boom.
I was
There's-
a big fan of her coming in and helping Nia, because I think them as a tag team would be huge.
So did we. We
Just
were talking
by
about it
size.
Sunday. Yeah. It's going to be fantastic, believable, and those two can play off of each other so well, and the believable characters that they do.
Mhm.
I'm buying in.
Yeah.
So last comments, Gron, and then we'll move on.
I guess my last comment is just that, you know what? Maybe this leads to Raw going back to 2 hours. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing.
Shut up with that, Gron.
I don't hate it.
Kevin, do not get on that ship. It
I'm
sinks
not getting
every
on the
time.
ship. I'm saying
Every time it
I
sinks.
am saying my opinion is I don't mind it. That's all
No,
I'm saying. Do I think
you
they're going to give up another ad space of an
No,
hour?
they're
No.
they're gonna do everything they
not,
can.
not anytime
I
soon.
don't think they're going to give up the money.
No, not anytime soon. That money's
No,
coming in.
that money's
What
coming in.
I did just think of this one other comment is that there is now a real possibility that Netflix questions whether they want to continue the partnership with WWE.
Depending on what the so Netflix is interesting in the sense that I don't know if we ever get completely accurate ratings from that
I
because
don't.
Netflix
No.
has to release it
Yeah.
in order to get the ratings.
hmm
I don't think we actually get a completely accurate number there. So whenever someone reports that the number, I always take it with a grain of salt in the sense that they report their own numbers.
Yeah.
So I don't know how Raw is doing on Netflix, and I doubt I ever truly will or trust the numbers that I see.
Yeah.
So I couldn't tell you if viewership is completely down, but what I can tell you is the NBC deal seemed to be sour with Saturday Night Main Event.
They're not happy.
So if they're not happy, that means something went wrong. I don't know what it was, but I know it didn't go the way they wanted it to.
I thought it was a decent show.
You know what? It wasn't even the show. I think it's the numbers. They don't give a fuck if it's a good show. They just care that people watched.
Yeah.
They could have, if people were going to watch 2 hours of someone dropping trow and taking a shit in that ring, as long as they made the ad money, NBC doesn't give a shit.
Yeah. No, I got what you're saying. But you see, my stepdad, he's a huge fan of WWE, but he rarely watches them live.
Mm-hmm.
He's always rewatching them, and that's the era that we live in now. Is
That's
the
also true, too.
streamer? You know, streamer. We have the luxury of any time we want
Yep.
to. We don't have to go to the video store. We don't have to wait that month for them to make the tape or the DVD or anything like that now. So yeah, I think that's why we'll never get the official numbers from Netflix, because if they do release night, it probably doesn't look as good as everybody thought it was going to look.
No,
But
because it doesn't work that way. And
exactly.
AEW's numbers are probably weird now too because
Oh,
they
yeah.
stream on Max. So
Yeah.
there's no way to know, and people can just make up whatever numbers that they want.
And that's what they do.
And that's what happens. And then people believe it if they support the one company.
Yeah.
Then those numbers
exactly.
get perpetuated, and we're on and on and on.
Yeah. Wherever you choose to get your brainwashing entertainment from, just believe their numbers.
Yeah,
and
why
you'll
not?
be fine. You'll
Screw it.
be fine. All right, Grun. So let's hear what you have to say, what your little shindig might be about.
Well, you know what? I want to keep the topic on the man of the hour. That is John Cena.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Talking about Cena.
So-
Cena talk.
Shocking.
Yeah.
Grun wants to talk John Cena.
Grun wants to talk John
He's
Cena.
got T-minus month and a half to talk about him now. So
Yep. So it's going to be all about John Cena. Go ahead, Grun.
All
Take it
right.
away.
So John Cena is thank you. John Cena is set to return tonight on Raw, and there have been rumors about John Cena challenging Dominic Mysterio for the Intercontinental Championship. But I also have just seen another rumor and from a parody account, so who knows?
Oh, goodness.
Who knows?
oh, good.
Yeah,
A rumor with a mountain of salt.
Yes.
it is a mountain of salt, and yet
Well, it's just factually inaccurate on so many different levels. I don't understand why you wrote it like that.
well, the reason why I wrote it that like that is because this could be a real possibility because I didn't see this coming. Liv Morgan supposedly is set to return and cost Dominic Mysterio the title, causing
Okay.
more tension between the Judgment Day, because Judgment Day is probably not going to be out there to help Dom. And
Sure.
so Dom's going to yell at Judgment Day for why they didn't help him. And now they have Liv Morgan back, who's probably going to be back in the Judgment Day clubhouse speaking to everybody else because her problem is with Dom. So now I guess the question is, regardless of how much salt we need to consider with this Do you guys think this would be a good way for Liv Morgan to return?
I
Not
yeah,
tonight.
go ahead, Kevin.
Okay.
Not tonight. I like it the way to return. I do like that. Sets up a simple story, jaded lover, yada yada. It's easy to follow, as we went over earlier. I don't want John Cena to win that Intercontinental title. It's meaningless to put it on him
At this point, yeah.
at this point. It's just, it doesn't make sense. I guess you could make his final match ever for the Intercontinental title, but like then you're telegraphing who the Intercontinental champ is about to be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or you're about to hold another tournament when you just did a tournament. So then a hat on a hat.
Yeah.
We got
So,
you.
I love the idea of Cena facing Dom for the Intercontinental title tonight. I do love that. So I'll lay that out there as a thing I'd love to see. I don't want to see him win. So if Liv is going to come back and cost Dom the title, let it be for somebody else. I'm okay with that scenario, just not both scenarios at the same time, if that makes sense.
Okay. Grun, I like where your head's at. Kevin, I like where your storytelling is going. I do want to see Liv tonight, but I don't want to see her in person. I want to see a video package. Her telling Dom how much she misses him in the middle of his match.
Perfect.
Almost costing him the title. So when he goes back and he's talking about the judgment, or he's talking about this with the Judgment Day, that gives them something to be like, what are you talking about, dude? It was a video. The dude, John Cena's like 700 years old. Why can't you do the, why'd you almost lose your title to him? Things like that, to where it makes all Dom's worries and all Dom's whining completely meaningless. Because I think you need to really separate the Judgment Day and Dom for this split that you're about to do with them. Because Dom's got to retain the heel. Am I wrong? Or are
No.
we?
I think I'm on the fence. And the reason being on that is Dom right now is so beloved by
Yes.
the fans for his creative Eddie Guerrero style cheating.
Very true.
And I think he's just going to naturally turn face.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if they can fight it is the problem. Because would I love and prefer Dom to be heel? Yes. I would prefer him heel. I don't know if that's what we're going to be able to get currently, though.
Can I explain real quick my thinking of this real quick?
Of course.
Because I think this helps the Judgment Day better. Because here's my thinking. If you take Dom and you keep him heel during the split, you have that cheap little pop for Judgment Day for a little bit, because like you said, Dom can naturally go heel. So we naturally let him go heel or face. We're gonna sit there and we're gonna keep that little heelish stuff going. But then since he's on his loan, he's going to be able to naturally get that sympathy from the crowd every time he accomplishes something on his own.
Sure.
And then those things that he was complaining about get kind of, dismissed. And then he regains that face aspect that we're going to get with him. Like, Dom is such a unique person. It's so hard to explain, like when you talk about him, because it's like you could just flip a switch and that's what he is that night.
Yeah. I don't disagree. And there is a way to make Dom the heel in this scenario, I assume. Yeah. But I don't see it currently with the pieces at play is the key.
Okay. No, that makes sense. All right, Grun, does that suffice you? Are you good on those answers?
I am very good on those answers. Thank you.
All right, look at that. We made a Philly fan happy. That doesn't happen very often, fans. I don't know if you're out there and you've run into Philly fans in the wild. They're a wild bunch.
That's fair.
Yeah. So, all right. So let's create some chaos with our own Chaos Goblin, Kevin Kalloway. Let us know what you want to talk about.
Sweet. I have a very general question. Very general. I'm going to open it up to the public and we're going to see what happens.
Let's go.
Okay. Here's my very general question. They talked about WWE as a company, talked about something along the lines of, and I don't have the exact quote in front of me, but it was, "We hear you and we're going to change things." They said something along those lines, and it seemed like it was in regards to booking. It seemed like it was in regards to storytelling. They said that before Raw last week. It was after Saturday Night Main Event. I think it was Triple H who said it somewhere on Twitter.
Well, he doesn't have any power.
I'm aware that he doesn't.
No, I'm joking.
He has some level of power, but TKO has most.
Yes.
That being said, with that statement, I thought to myself, and I wanted to open it up to the class because I didn't see it before last show. What could they do to shake things up that is within the realm of possibility? So I'm not saying like Taker comes back from the grave and wins a title. Like, that's not going to happen. But within the realm of possibility, how could they shake up their roster, their belts, their stories, anything? What could they do to shake something up and cause a ruckus, get some news, do something that's interesting? And this can be across Raw, SmackDown, shit, NXT, I don't care.
Okay. Grun, do you got an idea?
So one thing that, I mean, this would be a temporary. No, I was thinking the brand warfare for Survivor Series, but like that, when there's not enough time between now and Survivor Series to really, I don't think there's enough time.
Changes can happen in a night.
It could. Like, I always liked that, and I would like that to go back to being a yearly thing. Survivor Series where Raw and SmackDown face off. But I would like it to be from this point forward, if they were to do that. It's stakes. The winning team and surviving members only get any title shot they want. So that way, so you kind of force people to have to work together, but at the same time, if somebody like a Logan Paul's on that team, he's going to try and get everybody on his team eliminated. That way, so he's the only one who gets a title shot.
Or inversely, if he gets eliminated, he might take it out on somebody and get them eliminated. Now you have a simple story.
Yeah. Like, that's like it's something simple. It's something that I don't know why. I don't think they ever did that for. It's like bragging rights. It's like, no, like you usually put in some names that you're either trying to push are big names, or somebody that is kind of an undercard, underrated, and the fans are getting behind them. So why not put them in a position where they might get a title shot? See how the fans react when they're getting excited about this person or whoever it, or like I said, the simple story of teammates screws over the rest of the team.
Yeah, I'm here for it. I actually really like that. I think it's a perfect chaos that can shake up things, but put stakes on it instead of just like, oh, we just hate each other now, so we're gonna fight. Yeah, brand dominance, and then nothing happens.
Yep.
Wow. Okay. All right, Grun. I like where you're at. I like where we're at in today's climate because we are talking about war games. That's what's coming up. That's the big thing. That's what everybody's looking at. Where are they going to go? Because for me, that's a PLE. You can shake some fucking things up, not only at the PLE, but through the storytelling leading up to that. And what do we have out the gate? We have John Cena here. He's an old guy. He's one of the heroes, one of the legends. We still have some legends around. We still have some older guys who are on the roster. Why can't we have a legends team against a young guy team?
Okay.
So we have that. And plus, I don't know if you've noticed this, but in the women's division, they also have some legends and some people who've been around. We could do the same thing there. But we have that Seth Rollins Shield turn by one of the younger guys
Okay.
to be the one who is going to be showing us that you're going to show us with that turn. This is the guy that we're looking for. And that's when they start redoing storylines. That's
Sure.
when they start doing all. I don't need title change. I don't need title design changes. I don't need any of that. I need good storytelling that is simple and that keeps me coming to your product.
Mhm.
I also need you need WWE, the fans that have built your brand so high. You need to be able to allow them to go and attend your stuff live. And you also need to allow those people who can't attend it live to be able to watch it. So that's the revamp I would enjoy. That's what would keep me cheering on WWE. Bring back the network. Come on. Quit fool. Let's just quit fooling each other, because you could even, there's some people out there, some promotions out there, you might be able to, I don't know, rent some space on your platform to be able to show their stuff, make some money off of that.
Indie Spotlight.
Who knows, man? But that's where I'm at. That's what I would like to see. Kevin, I hope that answers it for you.
I like taking on the business aspect of that instead of just the in-ring.
Yeah.
Because you're saying, hey, we got to change some business practices. And I think I agree with one for sure. I think they can shop out their rights to pretty much any streaming service, but man, the network was so easy.
It was.
And I don't know if they did the subscribers that they needed at the time, but I bet now if they brought it back, people would come flocking.
Oh,
If you had everything on there, wrestling fans would come flocking.
Yeah.
But the one that I agree with the most is ticket prices, man. They can't keep inflating the way they are. They're going to lose attendance. They're going to have record profit, I bet, but they're going to start losing attendance hand over fist, and people are just going to choose to watch at home.
Yeah.
And that's how it's going to end up killing the live audience to an extent. I don't think it'll happen all at once. I don't think it's going to happen even within the next year. But if ticket prices climb even a little bit more, you're going to phase out everybody but like the top 10% for wrestling audiences.
Yep.
And that can't be a base that you depend on everywhere. It's just not going to happen. I guess I'll give quick thoughts before we go out. I would immediately find a way to put Cody on the chase again.
Yeah. 100%.
Immediately put Cody on the chase again, because he needs someone who can actually beat him.
Yeah.
Right now, it's not that Cody is a bad champion, because he isn't, but he doesn't have strong enough heel contenders to give believable storylines. Put him on the chase again. Have someone get defined by beating him. Then you go from there.
I love that.
Let's see here.
kind of sucks. There's. I thought they were going to pull the trigger on the Randy Orton thing with him and Cody.
Still can.
They still can. It just feels like at this point they'd be doing it just to do it, not because there was a good point. Because I feel like there were a lot.
I think it could be Mania this coming year. I think that might be where they're saving it too.
I'm fine with
Maybe.
that. I just wish they did more to tease it,
Right.
Because it kind of feels like they stop when they think they're getting too close to fans expecting it.
Yeah.
Well, Grun, if you want teases, you go to the strip club, buddy.
Because
Too
like
much
someone
Too much money.
I'm not saying that this guy has to be the one to beat Cody, because I don't know if I would do it this way, but someone like an Aleister Black, where like it's a defining victory.
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily arguing for Aleister Black, but somebody who is already in the upper mid card, who you're trying to establish. Think of the feather, even if they cheated to beat Cody and gave him an out. Now you have guess what? We have a simple story. And now we can tell that with Cody on the chase instead of as the champion.
You got
he's gonna
Drew
keep
fucking
coming off
McIntyre.
He's going to keep coming off a bit more as a prick each single time he keeps going through.
Yeah.
That's what's happening to Cody right now.
Dude.
And that just what happens.
It drives me so angry. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got, I know we're on time limit.
Second thing I would do, just real quick, this is overarching. I don't have to say much because I don't even have to do a title change with it. Let's start putting tag team matches in fucking main events with tag teams and stakes. Come on.
That's what they're there for.
That in and of itself would change the card up to the point where Singles matches don't have to be as important as a tag match. You don't need CM Punk to be in the tag match to be important, because now you've made tag teams more important. That would be a simple booking change that it would take time, but it's a simple thing to start implementing.
Man,
Because right now it feels like tag teams are secondary, and those tag titles aren't secondary. They're supposed to
absolutely
be a
not.
different division.
Dude, yeah. I love our minds when it comes to this stuff. This is we could go a whole
We
nother
could.
hour on this. I mean, and it would be fun. And fans, I know you would love it. But if you want that opportunity to talk with us live, we got the Squared Circle Expo coming up in March. You want to join us? You want to be a part of it? Stay tuned. Follow us and get all the likes, because we're going to be doing some fun stuff. But before we get out, guys, why don't you let them know where they can hit you up and find all the things you do? Kevin, let them know about you.
You can find me at Kevin Kalloway on Facebook, Kalloway Kevin on Instagram. I have a show coming up in 2 weeks. November 21st. Yeah, where I'll be defending my title against Jack Delaney. I'm bringing that promo next time. We're going to have my segment.
Yes.
Yes.
I can't wait. This is going to be fun, fans. So stick with us, because you're going to enjoy this. We are going to have some fun with this one. All right, Grunmeister, let them know where they can catch those blue eyes of villainous.
You can catch me on YouTube, on Twitch, on Kick under the name Grunmeister. I am revamping my stream stuff. As you can see, I got a nice new background.
It is nice and new.
Yeah, it is very nice.
Yes.
Paid $5 for it.
Ooh,
Oh,
run.
It's good.
big
And
baller, shot caller.
Run. Somebody got overtime.
Every Friday I stream at 7 p.m. Eastern. Grun's Room, talk everything SmackDown, WWE. Tune in.
Awesome, Grun. Love to hear it and love to see your new background. If you want to see what we do, stop in every Monday, 7 p.m., an hour before Raw, and get you a little primed, a little ready, a little pre-game in action with us. And then we kick you off to Raw. You're going to love it. You're going to have fun. It is me, the voice. You got the Chaos Goblin and you got the Blue-Eyed Villain. And we have some fun here every Monday at 7 p.m. Outside of that, you can catch me on like I said, and I announced at the beginning of the show, we have a Wednesday show, the animation show. Come and join it with us. Me and House, we are going to watch Aqua Teen Hunger Force. I will let you know what episodes we watch when you tune in. That's how we get you. Give you a little bit, and you got to come in when you're addicted. So that's what you're going to do. It's Wednesdays. It's probably going to be 5 to 6 p.m. So come join us. It's an hour long. It's going to be a fun show. It'll be the second show of that series. Outside of that, there is the ECW Watch Along. It's fun. It's a Thursday. It's 5 p.m. It's me and it's House and it's extreme. There's blood, there's violence, there's tables, there's barbed wire, there's ECW, there's New Jack. He hits people with things, vacuum cleaners. Yes, you will see it. So come join us. You can dance around with everything that we do. We are entertaining, one of the most entertaining entertainers out there. He is known as the Blue Meanie. He is part of the BWO and he is the second person we cover in the BWO. Last week with Stevie Richards, we had a great discussion about Stevie Richards, and then we are on to the Blue Meanie, and then who knows? But tune in and you'll find out, and it'll be a blast. That is every Thursday at 5 p.m. So come join us here at IYH, and we also have the Sunday house party where that's on a Sunday. It's at brunch. Come join us. You will have a great time. Ken, we see you. Thank you for always being a fan and tuning in. And thank you for the kind words, man. We appreciate that. So for me, for Kevin, for Grun, we thank you. And we will see you on the next one. Bye.
Taking